On today's episode, we're going to talk about language learning. More specifically, how my second language, Spanish, helped in learning my third language, German. Hello, Hirnlieblings. I'm Mari, science fiction and fantasy author who's been living in southern Germany since 2014. Today, we're going to talk about my German language learning journey and how, especially in the beginning, when I found myself in a bind, I found that Spanish helped. If you're new here, welcome. I am half Peruvian, half American, thus the Chuyo. So I already had a good basis of language acquisition because I grew up speaking two. But before we continue with the episode, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell if you haven't already. Here on Adventures of Lamari, we talk about writing, living abroad, and everything in between. My first language was actually Spanglish. It's a mix of English and Spanish. It is very common in children of bicultural households. If you follow Antoinette Emily, who is a Kiwi living here in Germany, she is raising her kids speaking the one parent, one language method. And that's how I was raised. My mother always spoke Spanish. My dad always spoke English. And in the beginning, what came out of my mouth was a weird mix of the two until I started socializing with kids in preschool. And then I learned to differentiate between the two. I did study Spanish in school and eventually got a degree in Spanish with an emphasis in literature and linguistics. All in all, learning language is fun. Though when I was younger and going through this weird phase where I refused to speak Spanish at all, my mother decided to get even with my stubbornness and send me to Peru by myself. The first time I was about 13, I stayed with relatives. I have a lot of relatives, but only two spoke English, so talk about being thrown in the deep end. But I loved it. I went to Peru every summer for a few years and my Spanish improved each time. And I did finally hit fluency when I studied abroad in Sevilla, Spain as part of my degree. I had also studied German in university and almost minored in the language, but in the end I didn't have time because I was already busy with biology and Spanish. So anyway, fast forward to my moving to Germany. I had arrived on a Saturday and I started my new job, which was 100% in German, that following Monday. Again, deep end. Thrown in. Lots of splashing. The first way Spanish helped was putting me in the most important mentality you need to have when you've moved to a new country with a new language. Just start speaking. Don't worry about being grammatically correct. Worry about being understood. Because what you need is confidence. Confidence is a great motivator because learning a language in a new country is a lifelong journey. You are here for the long haul, and if you don't feel confident in your ability, it will make your journey to fluency that much harder. Once you get the hang of making yourself understood, then you can focus on bettering your grammar at the same time. Trust me, when I first moved to Germany, the majority of the folks here were more than happy to help me in the beginning. I spoke like a child, and it was really frustrating because I worked as a microbiologist and I had the knowledge, but my vocabulary was in the wrong language, so to speak. But I learned and I kept at it. Another and albeit more fun way Spanish has helped me is when I didn't know a word in German and I guessed with the Spanish word, it worked. Not all the time, but like enough to kind of see a bit of a pattern. You see, German also has Latin influences. I mean, Italy is like right there, and the Romans tried to conquer parts of what is now Germany, so there have been times where you have words like genial and genial. So it's, great. Or like some other words that are very similar between the two languages would be bibliothek and biblioteca, bluse, blusa, definition and definition, deprimieren, deprimirse, detail, detalle, diskussion, diskussion, dirigieren und dirigir, drogerie, drogeria, duschen, ducharse, Fieber, Fiebre, Familie, Familia, Kampagne, Campagna, Kollege, Kollegen, Kollega, Karton, Karton, Limonade und Limonada, and many more. Of course, that obviously doesn't work, especially with like the words like pute, which in German means turkey, and in Spanish, puto means male prostitute. So you can imagine my surprise. First time my mother-in-law said we were going to have a male prostitute for Christmas dinner. Obviously, she meant turkey, but you saw where my mind went, right? Anyway, I am so grateful for having Spanish in my life because it really helped with my German. I'm quite sure my journey in learning German would have been a lot harder without it. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and give this video a thumbs up. It lets me and YouTube know you like this kind of content and you like this chuyo and you want to see more of the chuyo. Please leave me a comment if you have any questions or if there's a certain topic you'd like to see on this channel or just more chuyos. If you want fun escapism, my space fantasy of the God Queen is available in ebook, paperback, and hardback. The sequel, The Last Imperator, is also available for pre-order. And don't forget, if you have pre-ordered, sign up for the TLI pre-sale giveaway. If you've signed up for my newsletter, you'll get the first 6 chapters of The God Queen, as well as the prequel short story, The Knight and the Goddess. So sign up. Also, if you've read any of my work or the work of your favorite author, please leave a review. They really help us authors out, and it is free to do so. And don't forget to connect with me on social media, whether it is through Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. Until next time, ade!